Slavery such as my Twitter feed never mentioned these feeding out your...
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we have Amon-Ra St. Brown on center stage, who's closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Lions and the Saints just ahead on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the venerable Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center after 9 seasons as a Raider. Derek Carr is the guy.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You talk about this Lions defense. It's quite a unit, number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typically what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Carr now to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And take it right on the 30. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Lions will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a man who was on the other sideline in 2018 and 19, the former Saint quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. To Montgomery to begin the drive. To about the 40-yard line. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 6 carries, 93 yards, and a score.
10 touchdowns on the season for him, and I don't know whether these goals are written down. I don't know whether they're discussed amongst the team, but I do know this. Every guy who touches the ball as a ball carrier thinks 10 touchdowns is a nice round goal to try and reach in a season.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Now 3rd down and 7. There's Bridgewater. He'll buy some time right. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
I can hear the film session right now. I can hear the coach saying to his team, guys, how does a guy that big get that open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Imagine him as a kid, just trying to play hide and seek.
No chance.
No chance. He goes to hide behind the skinny tree. You see the front, the back, the top. Good luck.
Yeah, you see him. You don't see the tree.
A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
Holding offense.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Trying the left side with Gibbs. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Open man right side is St. Brown. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Eluding the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
So many times I advocate not challenging coverage downfield, but on this play, I thought he made an excellent decision to actually do so. If that had been complete, that would have been one for the highlight reel.
On 2nd down, Montgomery.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Amon-Ra St. Brown
with an amazing diving catch.
And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Riley Patterson now for the extra point.
It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive.
And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Carr's throw taken in by Edwards.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
You talk about this Lions defense.
This unit 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
I remember years ago spending time with a top defensive coordinator, and he said the number 1 thing you have to do is hang your hat on something, create your identity. This unit, they hang their hat on being stingy against the run.
13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
And here's the former Lion, a fan favorite. It's Jamal Williams.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This is 2nd and 8.
Throwing now is Carr.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Credit Brian Brzee in there to greet him and drop him for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Off the play fake, Bridgewater.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play fake, Bridgewater.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Now a give to Gibbs, running left.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
The Lions add 8-3 now. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
11 yards there and a Lion first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Bridgewater. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got...
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Cameron Jordan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there. Saying not so fast to a good drive. Didn't much to the end zone the last time out.
Sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams.
Through the middle of the field. He's on his way.
Touchdown, New Orleans. Jamal Williams, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
So out now come the Lions.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6. A toss out right to Gibbs.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Holding offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They go play action. Bridgewater.
That is caught by Laporta.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
And fights through, and now a crease. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
58 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Okay, let's do our version of name dropping here. Let's show off a little knowledge, right? The A-gap, the gap between the center and the guard on either side, right? Both sides. Control that, you're going to control an inside running game.
And he had to feel satisfied because he hit that gap, broke the contact. He loves that.
That's the best part, right? That's what he's going to ask the coach to run back on film.
Let me see that one more time.
Show that again, coach. Look how my legs kept churning. I just kept moving, and he did to the tune of a big game.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Gibbs is in for a Lions touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25.
Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now...
And got his man complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Well, don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field.
And right now we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action now. Bridgewater. Oh, he stays up. And this is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Hand off now to Gibbs.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
104 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Jamison Williams.
Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. Rolling to his right. Caught by Montgomery. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
And a nice call and really good execution there because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on him. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They send him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
Now 2nd and 5.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. David Montgomery, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead.
So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone. to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Patterson now for the extra point.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
On play action, it's Carr.
And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. There was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Carr. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
But Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Flushed out right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
To throw is Bridgewater.
He'll let this go deep for St. Brown.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Bridgewater.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw, Bridgewater. And his throw here is incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
2nd and 10.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater.
That is incomplete.
They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their hit space is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Now Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Bridgewater now. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Patterson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The final shot here before half for Carr. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Inside the 10.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick six.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the 3rd. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Montgomery on the counter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On the give, here's Gibbs.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
131 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Cameron Jordan picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
On second down, here's Gibbs.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
He'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way that's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point of the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs.
And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Running for it, Montgomery. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the 1st down.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. Sliding out of the pocket.
This to Laporta, right side.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out.
Back now here live in New Orleans.
It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
4th down, they're going. Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Saints... Ball back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Carr.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they played this entire game? Not only did they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Patterson now for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Aiden Hutchinson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, I wish his staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the 4th quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Carr.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is. And
now off to the races down the right side. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 61 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Into the red zone, it's Carr.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Open man is Michael Thomas. Touchdown! Michael Thomas. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Carr now on 1st down. Complete. Smith has it. And he's brought down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now a play fake. Carr. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Bryan Edwards.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Lutz with the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They go play action. Bridgewater. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
Taken in at the 11. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
So time for Carr and the Saints.
Down by 13. A minute 44 to go. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Connecting with Johnson.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Personal foul. Roughing the tackle. Defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Here's 2nd down. Carr to throw.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
4th down, 10 yards to go.
Now Carr, gotta have this one.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
It's Brian Branch with it, and the Lions are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
And he will have a Lions first down, and that's the one that should seal a victory.
It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it. Down to a knee goes Bridgewater, and that ought to do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into?
This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Detroit, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Saints, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.